Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Welcome to Game Time with Hubb, your all-access pass to the hottest stories in football, basketball, boxing, and wrestling. Whether it's game-winning touchdowns, buzzer beaters, knockout punches, or jaw-dropping suplexes, we've got it all covered. He's your host, Hubb.
What's up? Welcome back to Game Time with Hubb. We're sitting pretty at 92, 42-1 on this NFL season. Last week had a 10-4 heater. Week 10 already threw a dub with the Broncos beating the Raiders 10-7. Classic AFC mud fight. But today, we're going bell to bell. Berlin breakfast ball, a loaded 1 p.m. window, heavyweight tilts late, then so far under the lights in a frozen Lambeau on Monday Night Football. Here's what I'm tracking from the jump. We've got strength-on-strength matchups, number one scoring offense versus the top-tier passing defense, quarterback storylines, got some vets proving it, some young quarterbacks growing up fast, and weather lurking in a couple outdoor spots that could turn passing scripts into trench wars. Some teams are chasing momentum, some are protecting it, and a few coaches are playing chess with brand new pieces after the trade deadline. Berlin sets the tone for us today. Can Atlanta's back end hold while Jonathan Taylor hammers away? And does Indy unleash Sauce Gardner right away on Drake London? In the early wave, it's identity football. Carolina trying to bully the Saints on the ground. Chicago's looking to snow globe the Giants. And Buffalo bringing that Josh Allen versus Miami voodoo one more time. Drake May versus Baker Mayfield could be the game of the week. Middle of the slate, we're talking defensive puzzles. DeMeco Ryans front for Jacksonville's to solve. Brian Flores throwing looks at Lamar Jackson. And Cleveland's unit trying to drag the game where they want it. In the late window, it's going to turn a little cinematic. Got Seattle's defense playing closer. McVay versus Shanahan with razor-thin margins. And Detroit hunting a bounce back with explosive plays. Then it's primetime pressure with Justin Herbert taking punches behind the patch line while Pittsburgh front smells blood. And Monday is all situational mastery, Sirianni off a bye, low turnover Eagles, and the Packers team that has to win early downs to avoid the tush push on a third and a yard. If you rode with me last week, you know the vibe. Numbers first, vibes confirmed, seats kept, season meters at 92, 42-1, and we're aiming up. Buckle up that chin strap because from Berlin to the Bay to Lambeau, we're about to call it like we play it. Aggressive, precise, and loud. You already know what time it is. It's game time. All right. Starting off in Berlin, Germany, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday morning. Olympic Stadium's going to be rocking. Got the Falcons at 3-5 versus the Indianapolis Colts at 7-2. Atlanta's defense is stingy by yardage. They're top four, 282.5 yards per game, and particularly well structured on the back end, but they've been soft against the run. Bottom 10 versus designed runs, that's a minus .03 EPA. Indy brings the league's number one scoring offense in a healthy Jonathan Taylor, that exact hammer that stresses Atlanta's weak spot. On the trade front, Sauce Gardner landed in Indy, a huge fit. Expect defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo to decide early if Sauce shadows Drake London, which in turn frees bracket help on Kyle Pitts Sr. Meanwhile, Michael Penix Jr. comes off a career-high 3 touchdowns in Week 9 versus New England, but he hasn't stacked back-to-back multiple TD games yet. This is a big composure test across the pond. My keys in this one, number one, run leverage and edges. Indy zone duo mix with JT forces downhill tackling. If Atlanta needs extra help, glance routes open behind it. Number two, top offense versus top pass defense trend. The number one scoring offense have won 10 of the last 11 versus top-ranked pass defenses since 2007. That's not destiny, but the profile matters. Number three, Sauce's deployment. If Indy trusts Sauce solo on London, they can tilt coverage toward Pitts and squeeze the middle. Atlanta must manufacture yards after the catch with motions and crossers. X factor. Early down success. If Atlanta sits in 2nd and 8 all morning, their script collapses. My takeaway in this one, Shane Steichen cleans up last week turnovers. Jonathan Taylor plus situational defense travel. My pick here is the Colts. From Berlin back to the States for our 1 p.m. window. We're starting off in Bank of America Stadium, where we got the Saints at 1-8, leaning on rookie Tyler Shoop. For start number 2, post-deadline, Rashid Shaheed is gone, traded to Seattle. Devon Vele becomes a watch list riser here. Chris Olave is peppered to 87 targets, second most in the NFL behind wide receiver Jamar Chase from Cincinnati. But the 6.4 yards per catch tells you the efficiency isn't there. Across the field, you got the Panthers. At 5-4, have won 4 of 5, and the engine is Rico Dowdle. In his 3 starts, he's averaging 173 yards and 204.7 scrimmage yards. My keys in this one, number 1, ground truth. New Orleans has been leaky versus running backs, 6 most rush yards to running backs. That's a green light for Dowdle and the Carolina offensive line that's been finishing blocks. Number 2, Saints touchdown problem. 224 total yards, 10 points in Shuck's first start. Subtract his top safety blanket, Shaheed traded, and the margins get thinner. Number 3, Bryce Young's situational ball. Quiet but timely, 9-play game winner drive last week. If Carolina plays from ahead, the defense can heat protections and shorten the field. My X factors, screen game to punish pressure, field position, Carolina's coverage units versus Saints return game. If the Panthers stay ahead of the chains, it's a long day for New Orleans. My pick here, identity momentum and trench edge at home. My pick is the Panthers. Now from the Queen City to Soldier Field, we got the New York Giants at 2-7 traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears at 5-3. The Giants defense have been gashed. NFL's worst, 5.5 yards per carry, 30-plus points allowed in 3 straight games. Now the Bears own the number 2 rushing offense, and after a special teams horror anthology last week, they've spent the week on corrections. Rookie tight end Colston Loveland just hung 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rare air for a Chicago rookie, and a sign of trust in the middle of the field. My keys to this one, number 1, the style fight. Chicago's downhill run game and gap schemes versus the New York Giants front struggling to anchor. If Big Blue commits extra bodies, play action to Loveland becomes the dagger. Number 2, the takeaway tie. The Bears are the number 1 with 19 takeaways. That's hidden offense. Giants must be perfect with ball security, especially in bad weather. Number 3, the rookie quarterback spark. The Giants believe in Jackson Dart. He'll challenge windows, but if Chicago controls tempo, Dart is forced into longer third downs where the Bears can tee off. My X factor, weather. There's talk of snow vibes. That leans even harder to the Bears profile. My pick, Chicago can win this 2 ways. Grind on the ground or steal possessions. My pick here, the Bears. Next up, we're in H-Town at NRG Stadium. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at 5-3, taking on the Houston Texans at 3-5. Now, Jag saw DeMeco Ryans unveiled a seldom-used front in the first meeting, and it stymied Travis Etienne Jr. until halftime adjustments. Expect the same look, plus a couple new stunts. Texans start Davis Mills with C.J. Stroud in concussion protocol. Mills got a record of 5-19-1 as a starter. The Jags add Jacoby Myers, good pickup for them. But Brian Thomas Jr. is out. That matters for spacing. My keys in this one, number 1, early down answers. If Jacksonville can't get ETN going, you're asking Trevor Lawrence, who's sitting under 7 yards per attempt pace, to win outside structure. Number 2, Houston's defensive arc. They solidified since week 3. Expectation is discipline, run fits, and safe halves to keep explosives capped. Number 3, the backup plan. Davis Mills with a full week is better than Mills being cold, but Houston still wants this game in the teens to the low 20s. The X factor here, field position and hidden yardage. If Houston's defense steals a possession or sets up a short field once or twice, that might be the whole game. My pick here, trust the hotter defense at home in a low margin spot. My pick is the Texans. From H-Town to Miami, we're at Hard Rock Stadium. We got the Miami Dolphins at 2-7, welcoming in their AFC East rival, the Buffalo Bills at 6-2. Now, Buffalo with Josh Allen are a Miami problem. 32.5 points per game across 15 starts versus the Dolphins. 5th highest by any quarterback versus one opponent in the Super Bowl era. He's also scored 2 rushing TDs in back-to-back games. And Miami has allowed 4 quarterback rush TDs, second most in the league. Dolphins are struggling with giveaways. Tua sits at 11 interceptions. That's tied for the NFL high. And another puts him on Chad Henne's 2010 pace through 10 weeks. My keys in this one is, number 1, McDermott era dominance. 16-2 versus Miami. Scheme, familiarity, plus quarterback advantage. Number 2, if James Cook is limited, you still have design runs, quarterback power, and vertical ISO matchups against a banged-up secondary. And number 3, Miami's answers. Motion, breakers, and quick game to avoid negative plays, but if they chase, mistakes mount. My X factor in this one, red zone execution, Buffalo's ability to finish drives, removes any comeback math. My takeaway in this one, this isn't the flat spot. My pick, I'm rolling with the Mafia. I got the Bills. Next up, we're in Minnesota, US Bank Stadium. Got the Minnesota Vikings at 4-4, welcoming in the Baltimore Ravens at 3-5. Now, the Ravens weaponized Mark Andrews, who needs 18 yards to top Baltimore's all-time receiving list. The defense is peaking. Only one pass TD allowed in the last 3 games. The Vikings, with Brian Flores, have history with Lamar Jackson. Back in 2021, Miami blitzed 52.1% of his dropbacks and held Baltimore to 10 offensive points. But in 2025, Minnesota's worst defensive days came with their highest blitz rates. J.J. McCarthy is growing, and with the Ravens defense sitting at just 11 sacks, he might have some time in the backfield. My keys to this one, number 1, the blitz question. Heat Lamar, and you risk explosives. Sit back, and Derrick Henry plus Andrews grind you down. Number 2, pocket patience. If JJ stays on schedule, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison can tilt the leverage here. Number 3, situational chess. Third and mediums, Baltimore's creepers versus Minnesota's empty checks. My X factor here, the QB run game. Lamar's legs change red zone math, even when passing windows are tight. My takeaway, in a close call, trust the 2-time MVP in the fourth quarter. My pick here is the Ravens. We're off the MetLife Stadium. We got the 1-7 New York Jets welcoming in the 2-6 Cleveland Browns. And the Browns hand play calling to Tommy Rees after the bye, fresh sequencing for an offense at 15.8 points per game. The Jets are 1-8 in their last 9 after a bye. And just traded Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. Wow, no interceptions all season for this defense. The only team with that goose egg. My keys in this one, number 1, the defense carries. Myles Garrett sets the edges. Denzel Ward squeezes the windows. Jets offense sits bottom tier in EPA. That's expected points added for those that don't know. Per play. Number 2, the Browns ask on offense. Dylan Gabriel doesn't need hero ball. 2 explosive plays plus no giveaways equals a winning script here. Number 3, the Jets mindset. With cornerstone defenders moved, it's about evaluation. Effort will be there, but explosive talent is down. My X factors, special teams and short fields. Cleveland thrives when the field shrinks. My takeaway, lean on the unit that you can count on. In this case, the dog pound. You got to roll with the Browns, man. That's my pick. Next up, we're headed to Tampa, which might be the game of the week here. We at Raymond James Stadium. We got the 6-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the 7-2 New England Patriots. Now, the Patriots are smoking. 6 straight wins. Drake May has 200-plus yards and 100-plus passer rating in 8 straight games, tying the in-season streak NFL record. On defense, no running back has reached 50 yards versus New England all year. It's a historic start. Kayshon Boutte is out, thinning the wide receiver rotation for New England. Now, the Buccaneers, they're coming off a bye. Baker wasn't sharp before it, and the offense still isn't at full health, but the rest matters here. My keys to this one, number 1, run wall meets run wall. If Tampa's front forces New England into a pass-only script, can May author another clean game on the road? Number 2, explosives versus attrition. With Boutte down, New England needs answers from their other targets. Tampa needs to cash red zone trips. Field goals won't cut it. And number 3, situational ball. Third down in 2 minutes. Veteran home team off a bye has the edge in crowd and cadence. My X factor here, hitting yardage on returns. The first takeaway likely swings a possession game here. My pick here, tight. This game is a show me game for New England for me. You get through this game, then yeah, I believe. But I got to lean the home team here, Tampa Bay, in a 1-score grinder. I'm taking the Bucs. Let's take a trip to the Pacific Northwest up in Seattle, where the 6-2 Seattle Seahawks welcoming in the 3-5 Arizona Cardinals NFC West divisional game here. Now, the Cardinals ride with Jacoby Brissett while Kyler Murray sits on IR. In Brissett's 3 starts, 300-plus total yards, 25-plus points per game. They're 1-2. Seattle just flexed on Washington cross-country and added Rashid Shaheed. Definitely a good pickup for them. A vertical match with offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak that hints at shot plays. The first meeting, Seattle by 3 on the road. Tight rivalry rhythm. My keys in this one, number 1, close game here. Arizona lives in one-score land. They don't blink. Number 2, Seattle's completeness. Defense is the best unit in this game here. Offense is sufficient with Darnold, Jackson Smith, Najigba, Timon, and now you have Shaheed that can stretch the safeties. Number 3, protection plan. If Arizona can keep Jacoby clean and stress linebackers with Trey McBride, already at 273 career catches, number 2 by a tight end through 4 years, they'll hang in there. My X factor in this one, red zone play calls, Seattle condensed formations versus Arizona's match coverage. My takeaway, the Cardinals keep it respectable, but Seattle finish it here. My pick here is the Seahawks. Next up, we up in the Bay. Levi Stadium, got the San Francisco 49ers at 6-3, welcoming in the LA Rams at 6-2. NFC West divisional game here. Week 5 was a 49ers overtime win. The 8th McVay-Shanahan game decided by 3 points or fewer. Christian McCaffrey has 100-plus scrimmage yards in 8 of 9 games this year, which is 2 more than any other player in the NFL. San Francisco is 3-0 in the West, but attrition is real. Mac Jones starts again for Brock Purdy. Recent series, 5 straight one-score contests in this one. The Rams arrive healthier with Stafford humming and the defense playing near top 2 EPA form. My keys in this one, quarterback delta and health. Stafford's command versus the Niners pass rush that's running low on juice. Massive lever here. Number 2, explosive play control. San Francisco will try to muffle Los Angeles explosive plays and make Stafford drop the field. Rams will test depth corners and hunt intermediate digs. Number 3, the trend talk. This is for y'all bettors, man. Since 2023, San Francisco is 8-14 against the spread at home and 7-18 against the spread after a win. The Niners haven't swept the Rams since 2022. Keep that nugget. My X factor in this one, 3rd and 5 play calls. McVay's mesh dagger versus San Francisco's quarter adjustments decide 2 to 3 critical snaps here. My takeaway, health plus quarterback plus defensive form tilt for LA here. My pick here, this might be the game where I might be like, this is that one game that I should have just stuck with my gut. You know what I mean? But I'm picking the Rams. We're headed back to the East Coast and over Maryland, Northwest Stadium. We got the Washington Commanders at 3-6, taking on the Detroit Lions at 5-3. Now, the Lions are seeking some revenge from last year's playoff shocker, 45-31. And the Lions are still looking for that offensive identity here. They're explosive, but inefficient. The Commanders simplifying their defensive play calls, moving defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. to the sideline for energy and better communication during the game. But the results are tough. 3 straight 20-plus point losses, tied for the most 20-plus yard pass plays allowed. And Marcus Mariota starting over Jaden Daniels, who's out with a dislocated elbow. Terry McLaurin is still out with a quad injury. And can I just mention this about Jaden Daniels? I'm glad that Dan Quinn has taken the rap for this, that leaving him in the game. He had no business being in that game. Them starters had no business being in that game that late. That game was practically over. At halftime, you could have pulled them guys like in the 3rd quarter or whatever, but you keep putting him out there in these situations, man. It's looking real RG3-ish out there. If y'all know what I'm talking about, when he got hurt for being in the game that he had no business being in. But back to this game, though, man. My keys to this one, look. Number 1, Detroit's bounce pattern. They haven't lost back-to-back regular season games in 3 years, and average beating opponents by 16+. The week after a loss, expect this to be a beating. Number 2, protection and spacing. With Sewell good to go and Decker trending, Detroit can go back to their play action and middle field digs. Number 3, Washington's recipe. Needs explosives plus takeaways to keep pace. Hard to script with injuries in recent form. My X factors here, early 2-score pressure. If Detroit jumps ahead, Washington's cover bust can snowball. My takeaway and pick, I already kind of gave it to y'all. It's a mismatch in stability and finishing. I feel like the Lions going to punish Washington here. My pick here is the Lions. Now we close Sunday's slate with Sunday Night Football, NBC, SoFi Stadium. We got the LA Chargers at 6-3, welcoming in the Pittsburgh Steelers at 5-3. Now the Steelers simplified the back end versus Indy last week, 5 takeaways, and now get Jalen Ramsey and Kyle Duggar as safety with a full practice week at those spots. The Chargers are duct taping the offensive line. Slater and Joe Alt is out. Trevor Penning acquired to steady things here. Justin Herbert is a warrior, though. 28 sacks, third most in the league. He's been hit 80 times. That's the most in the league. And still ranks third in scramble yards at 264. His defense is quietly excellent. 6 in yards allowed. Third versus the pass and second in passer rating allowed. My keys to this one is, number 1, pass rush pressure cooker. Pittsburgh is third in sacks, second in QB hits. Mismatch versus patchwork tackles. Number 2, Rodgers rhythm versus LA coverage. 6 straight 95-plus rating games. Steelers must finish red zone trips because LA won't gift explosive plays. Number 3, end game. The Chargers have won 4 straight primetime games. Herbert late magic is real. My X factor here, field goals versus touchdowns. This likely swings on a single red zone sequence or strip sack. My pick here, defense travels, press the front 7 in a 1-score tilt. My pick is the Steelers. Now let's wrap up Week 10, Monday Night Football, Lambeau Field. We got the 5-2-1 Green Bay Packers welcoming in the 6-2 Philadelphia Eagles. Then the Eagles get Jalen Phillips to juice a pass rush, tied 25th in sacks with 16. Nolan Smith Jr. and Brandon Graham could also help here. The Green Bay Packers still talk about the tush push, but they've got to stop it on Monday night. Last time Jordan Love saw Philly, he tossed 3 interceptions. Now he's without Tucker Kraft, torn ACL. Philly's offense just churned 276 rushing yards in their last game. And this stat for Philly is massive. Only 3 turnovers all season, fewest in the league, and tied franchise low through 8 games. My keys to this one, number 1, the bye boost. Nick Sirianni's Eagles are undefeated off a bye. Expect sharp scripted series. Number 2, Green Bay's run defense wobbles. 5 yards per carry allowed over the last 2 games. Saquon Barkley can recreate last week's pain caused by the Panthers running back Rico Dowdle here. Number 3, situational mastery. Eagles' low turnover profile suffocates upset paths. X factor, short yardage. Eagles will run a tush push. Green Bay must win on first down to avoid it. My takeaway, November Eagles, all they do is ball. They're 7-0 since 2023. So my pick here is the Eagles. Now that's the slate. Week 10 pick recap. Got Colts, Panthers, Bears, Texans, Bills, Ravens, Browns, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Rams, Lions, Steelers, and Eagles. We are 92, 42-1 on the season and counting. If you rocking with me, rate and review the pod. Subscribe on YouTube at Game Time with Hubb. Follow on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at Game Time with Hubb. Drop your locks in the comments. Keeping those receipts, and you already know what time it is. It's game time. Peace.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Game Time with Hubb. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss Game Time action. See you next time.